Hello students, myself Harisankar Prasad Tonde and I am Assistant Professor and Head in the Department of Computer Science and the Gahira Guru University, Sarguja Ambikapur. We are going to study in today's class about network security. It is a paper which is a partial fulfillment of M.Sc Computer Science and M.Sc Information Technology 4 semesters course, and in this particular paper we are going to 5, that is system security. And in this particular unit we are going to discuss a topic, intrusion detection system. What is intrusion detection system, how it works, what are the various types that we are going to use. So in this particular PowerPoint presentation we are going to discuss about all those things. So students, what actually is intrusion detection system is, when we are using any network, then there is already existing some security purposes softwares regarding the network security, like firewalls are there, like some antiviruses are there, or any other organizations personal softwares are available. So within the existing software, within the existing network security softwares, this particular intrusion detection system is also a software which is going to be work properly in together with the existing software. So what happens when any, for example, any software is existing in your network, and to secure your network, then intrusion detection system incorporate with the existing software and works together to secure the particular network. So what actually it do is, it just makes an image, makes a copy of your particular system's informations, and afterwards it secures the particular network with the help of that informations available within the particular software. So in this way intrusion detection system is going to be work. Let us going to understand this with the help of this particular figure. What happens, this is a web server and this is a SQL server, and this web server is running with particular any domestic or local network. So what happens, from this particular network any system is going to be transferred, any data is going to be transferred from any one network to another network. Then what happens, this firewall is going to secure the particular network, and any data is going to be passed within the firewall itself. So what happens, the firewall protects the particular data in such a way that any malicious software or any type of viruses being attached with the particular communicated file is going to be killed, and with the help of purification and filtration processes, and afterwards it will be sent towards the next network or the across the world. So likewise what happen, if any data is coming from the particular web server or any data which is coming from the SQL server, this intrusion detection system is going to be work properly. Means this particular intrusion detection system incorporates with the firewall to secure the particular network. Either this will be the network or either this will be the particular network, whatever is the type. Means web server is being used for the particular internet, and what happens, with the help of this web server any website is going to be run. But SQL server is a particular type of database which is fully RDBMS based, and what happens, the data is being available within this particular database. So we have to protect the data which is residing in this particular database. So in both cases the IDS and the firewall is going to protect the particular databases or protect the various types of networks. What is the requirement, it depends upon the type. So this is the particular process of the intrusion detection system. So in this particular slide we are going to discuss what actually is intrusion detection system. An intrusion detection system is a tool or software that works with your network to keep it secure and flag when somebody is trying to break into your system. When any attacker or intruder or extruder is going to attack your particular system, then this intrusion detection system alarms you. It particular informs you in the form of some voice messages, in the form of some text messages, in the form of some beep messages, so that you are going to come to know some type of attacking is going to be performed within your network. So this is the particular purpose of this intrusion detection system, and the particular existing software like antiviruses or firewalls is going to be used in conjunction with this intrusion detection system to provide security to the particular network, to secure the network. So what happens, intrusion detection systems are usually a part of the other security systems or softwares together with intended to protect information systems. So this is the basic purpose of the intrusion detection system. So in this slide we are going to study about how intrusion detection system works. Intrusion detection system security works in combination with authentication and authorization access control methods. So what happens in this particular intrusion detection system, we are going to authenticate the user, we are going to authorize the particular user whether it is a proper user or not, whether any request is coming from the outside world, then it is going to be authenticate first whether it will be a authenticate user or not, then and afterwards what happen, it is going to be connected with the particular server. So this is a particular thing, and as a double line of defense against intrusion, firewalls and antiviruses or malware software are generally set up on each individual device in a network. But as enterprises grow larger, more unknown or new devices come in and out, such as cell phones and USB. As you all know, nowadays smartphones, electronic gadgets are increasingly used by the particular users. So what happens, any type of request is going to be arises more and more. So likewise what happens, now the need of such type of intrusion detection system is very useful. Why? Because not only the firewalls, not only the particular anti-malware softwares only are self-capable to protect your network, but we have to need of some extra softwares which helps to secure the network in cooperation with the firewalls and anti-malware software. So intrusion detection system just works together with the already installed softwares within the security within the network, and it is going to be work properly. So what happens, firewalls and anti-malware softwares alone is not enough to protect an entire network from attack. They act as one small part of an entirely security system. So what happens in intrusion detection system is, an IDS can capture snapshots of your entire system. So listen carefully students, an intrusion detection system snapshots of your entire system and then use the intelligence gathered from pre-stabilized patterns to determine when an attack is occurring, or provide information and analysis on how an attack occurred. So when a snapshot is being kept with the particular entire system of yours, then what happens, it uses the intelligences gathered from pre-stabilized patterns to determine when an attack is occurring. So what happens when any type of mischievous request is coming from outside? So what happens, it first takes a snapshot of the entire system, and with the intelligence of the gathered informations regarding within the intrusion detection system, it not only familiarize the occurring or providing informations, but also it analyze on how an attack can occur. So this is the proper working of the intrusion detection system, and how we are going to know it is working. So in the next slide students, we are going to discuss the various types of intrusion detection system. What are the various types available? So in this particular slide we are to discuss this. There are three main types of intrusion detection system we are going to have, and we are going to discuss. First one is the network intrusion detection system. Second one is the network node intrusion detection system, and the third one is the host intrusion detection system. So let's discuss the first one. What is network intrusion detection system? So a network intrusion detection system, NIDS, the short form of that, is generally deployed or placed as a strategic point throughout the network, intended to cover those places where traffic is most likely to be vulnerable to attack. So students, when you are going to know what actually is a network intrusion detection, is nothing but it is deployed or placed as a strategic points throughout the network, intended to cover those places where traffic is most likely to be vulnerable to attack. What happens when a relatively easy or to secure can be made difficult from intruders to detect? So this is the particular network within which a network is already having intrusion detection system software, analyzes a large amount of network traffic, which means they sometimes have specificity. And this means sometimes they might miss an attack or might not detect something happening in the encrypted traffic. So students, you have to know regarding this, what happens when any type of load is there, when any type of heavy network traffic is there, then it is very much difficult to identify which type of attacks is going to come, and afterwards what happen, they need more manual involvement from an administrator to ensure they configured correctly. So this is the type of the network intrusion detection system. So this is all about this NIDS. So next type of intrusion detection system is network node intrusion detection system, and in short we call it as NNIDS. It is like NIDS. The working is same as NIDS, but the exception is that in this particular type of intrusion detection system, it is applied only to one host at a time and not on the entire subnet. So it is working for a particular single host at a time. So this is the working of the particular intrusion detection system of network node type. So students, you are familiar with this. So the third one is host intrusion detection system. What is the host intrusion detection system is? The host intrusion detection system runs on all the devices in the network with access to the internet and other parts of the enterprise network. So what happens? Such type of intrusion detection system runs on all the devices in the network. This is accomplished with the each and every node of the particular network with access to the internet and other parts of the enterprise network. So when you are working with any big company or small company, whether you are a part of some institutions, some organizations, it must be installed on each and every computer of the network, and each particular system is having its own internet connections and other parts of the enterprise network. So HIDS have some advantages over NIDS, and that is due to their ability to look more closely at internal traffic as well as working as a second line of defense against malicious packets. NIDS has failed to detect. So what happened then? It looks at the entire system's file set and compares it to its previous snapshots of the file set. So what happens when earlier snapshot is taken and when currently the snapshot is taken, it must be compared. So what happens then? It then looks at whether there are significant differences outside normal business use and alerts the administrator as to whether there are any missing or significantly altered files or settings. So when the earlier snapshots and when the current snapshots are matched, then there must have some differences which must be notified. And if it is notified, it must be informed to the administrator, so that such type of security alerts are going to be provided to the administrator, and more significantly altered files or settings are there to which is known to by the administrator, and so they are going to be take some necessary actions regarding the security of the particular network. It primarily uses host-based actions such as applications used and file access across the system and kernel logs. So in this way, particular host intrusion detection system is going to be work. So as you all know, in every type of networks there are some hosts and the load is on the particular host, and each and every type of communication is being accomplished within the particular host. So this is type of intrusion detection system is very much important to us. So how we are going to detect intrusion? In this particular site we are going to discuss there are two main approaches for the detection of the intrusion users. First one is the signature based intrusion detection system, and second one is the anomaly based intrusion detection system. So two main approaches we are going to use for detecting the intrusion. The first one is the signature based intrusion detection system. What is happening? Let's see this. This type of IDS is focused on searching for a signature, patterns or a known identity of an intrusion or a specific intrusion event. So as we have discussed, it is focused on searching a signature. Signature based IDS means it is searching for a signature or some patterns which are residing or a known identity of an intrusion or a specific intrusion event, so that it is authenticated. It must be authorized. So most IDs are of this type. It needs regular updates of what signatures or identities are common at the moment to the ensuring the database of intruders is currently. And this means signature based ID is only as good as how up to date its database is at a given moment. So what is this? Means the more significant signature based IDs are only useful when the database are up to date. So students, you must keep in mind your databases are up to date. So the second type is anomaly based IDs. Anomaly based IDs, what does it mean is, in contrast to signature based IDs, anomaly based IDs looks for the kinds of unknown attacks signature based IDs finds hard to detect. So anomaly based intrusion detection system looks for the kinds of unknown attacks. What are the various types of attacks are going to be taken by the particular intruder? So some type of attacks are active attacks, some are passive attacks, some are denial of service based attacks. So the anomaly based intrusion detection system is caring for that. Due to the rapid growth in malware and attack types, anomaly based IDS uses machine learning approaches to compare models of trustworthy behavior with new behavior. So guys, as you all know, nowadays the lots of malwares are going to be appear, and this is the major problem which is going to arise when we are going to use some network and some internets we are going to use. Then what happens? This is the major drawback to us. So for that particular thing we have a remedy, and that is machine learning approaches. So what happens in machine learning approaches? The machine is going to learn from the particular pattern we are going to use, from the experience we do have, and from the type of working we are using. So in that particular thing we are going to use a particular model, and that is trustworthy behavior with new behaviors. So as a result, what happens? Strange or unusual looking anomalies or behaviors will be flagged out. So this is the particular type of detection of the intrusion. So students, now we are going to use IDs for Windows. So intrusion detection system have some various types of softwares available for Windows operating system, for Macs, for Linux operating system. So we are mostly we are going to use IDs for Windows. So what are the various types of softwares that are available to us, and what are those softwares which are useful to us? Let us discuss regarding that. So first one is the SolarWinds Security Event Manager. It is a type of software which is generally designed for the use of Windows Server, and it can however log messages generated by Windows personal computers, Mac operating system, as well as Linux and Unix computers. So this is all about SolarWinds Security Event Manager. The software is Snort software. What is Snort software is? It is a well-known and currently industry-leading tool used for packet sniffing, logging, and intrusion detection. Means packet sniffing, logging is there, intrusion detections are there. So in that particular case, Snort software is going to be work properly. It was created by Cisco and can be installed on Windows as well as few Linux distributors. So the third software is, which is for IDs for Windows operating system, is Suricata. So it works as an IDS and use a complete signature language to determine known threats and what kind of behavior is likely to come from an intruder. So students, this is very important. It works as an IDS and uses a complete signature language to determine known threats and what kind of behavior is likely to come from an intruder. So the fourth software which we are going to use is OSSEC, Open Source HIDS Security, means OSSEC, is the leading HIDS and it's completely free. It focuses on your log files and file system changes in computer where you install it. So it particular OSSEC generally focuses on the logged files and file system changes that is performed by you on your computer at the time of installation. Then once it has taken a snapshot of your system and log files, it monitors those signatures and files to check whether any changes have taken place and whether those changes are legitimate or not. So this is the basic working style of the OSEC. It will also examine attempts to get into or modify the root account on Unix systems and on Windows. It keeps your registry secure. So as we all know, the file system must be FAT or NTFS. So regarding that particular, it gets to attempt into modify the root account on Unix or Windows operating system. So students, the fifth software which is using properly and it will be very famous is Stealth Watch. What is it? Let's see. Cisco Stealth Watch is a HIDS intended for enterprise use. This visibility and network security tool provides threat detection and response using machine learning and entity modeling. It also uses a unique behavioral analytical approach to provide view with visibility across your network, including all endpoints, data center and cloud. So this is the particular type where what happens, some networks including endpoints, data centers and cloud computers are there. So in that particular case, this Stealth Watch is going to be used. It can continuously monitor and detect threats originating from within or bypassing existing security. So students, it monitors and detects threats originating from within or bypassing existing security. So this is the fifth software which we are going to discuss, and the last one is the tipping point. This type of software is generally used in an intrusion detection system with automated threat detection and response. So the type which is actually working in this particular software is, it must be used for automated threat detection and response. It has both IDS and IPS capabilities. Its primary aim is to protect enterprises from ransomware, malware and other kinds of attacks. So as you all know, ransomware ransom means it having some demands for the proper giving authentication of your particular network. Malwares are some malicious software which are used for infecting your files, booting files, something like that. And what happens in this particular software, it includes features such as virtual patching, shielding against vulnerabilities and blocking exploits, and can also defend against known and zero-day attacks with high accuracy. It uses machine learning techniques to keep on top of threats and predict and react to attacks in the real time. So students, this particular tipping point is also using the technique of machine learning. Why? Because machine learning is very important. Why? Because it is going to give direction itself, and by the help of experiences it learns more and more. So it is a better way. So let's discuss about the advantages of intrusion detection system, students. First one is the visibility, defense. Second one is the defense. Third one is the response capabilities. Fourth one is the tracking of virus propagation. Fifth one is the evidence. So visibility, what is? And intrusion detection, the system provides a clear view of what's going on within your network. So it is having a proper visibility to you what is actually going on with your network. It is a valuable source of information about suspicious or malicious network traffic. So students, so this is about visibility. Now we are going to discuss regarding the defense, and IDS adds a layer of defense to your security profile, providing a useful backstop to some of your other security measures. So, students, this is also a major advantages. The third advantages is response capabilities. As you all know, each and every work is having some responses from the systems. It can be configured to terminate a user session that violates privacy. So if any session is going to be violated, then what happen? Such type of thing is going to perform is it terminates a user's session. So this is also a major advantage. The fourth advantage is tracking of virus propagation. When a virus first hits your network, an IDS can tell you which machine it comprised, as well how it is propagating through the network to infect other machines. So what is this advantage is, when any virus hits your network, then what happen, which machine is going to be infected and how it is going to be propagated, it must be known by the particular IDS intrusion detection system, and with the help of this information we are going to secure our network and secure the system. So the fifth one is the evidence. A properly configured IDS can produce data that can form the basis of a civil or criminal case against someone you misuse your network. So this is the evidence. Now we are going to discuss the drawbacks of IDs. Every software is having its own positive and negative effects. So let's discuss regarding the drawbacks. More maintenance. This is the first drawbacks. Unfortunately, an IDS does not replace a firewall, virus scan or any other security measures. So when you install it, it will require additional maintenance effort and will not remove much, if any, of the existing burden is there. So this is a extraordinary burden on the particular administrator or the organization. So second one is the false positives. IDs are famous for setting off false positives, sounding the alarm when nothing is wrong. Even there is nothing wrong happening on the network, then also it sounds the alarm. So this is also a negative thing. This is also a drawback. So third one is the false negatives. IDS can also miss intrusions. Technologies are improving, but IDs don't allows catch everything. So this is also a type of false negativeness. So the fourth one is the tough requirements. Means properly managing an IDs requires experienced staffs. The less experienced staff are, the more time they will spend responding to false positiveness. So this is the particular drawback. Means it depends upon the staff requirements, and the staffs are familiar with the positive and the false and the particular false negatives, so it will be very much efficient. So we are going to work properly. So this is the particular last drawback. And students, now thank you so very much for listening me, for watching my video, for listening properly throughout the particular time which I am saying and preparing this video. So students, this, I hope this is very useful to you, and definitely it will be helpful and managing your particular examinations point of view. And intrusion detection system is also another important topic. So you must learn these particular things. You must prepare some notes with the help of these videos. And thank you so very much from my side. Thank you.